And then we have the strap.
Missing someone with all your.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mags and today I'm going to be unboxing, or should I say unbagging, my new Marc Jacobs tote bag. So this actually arrived earlier in the week, but I've been saving it very excitedly to do the unboxing on camera, and I'm going to do my first impressions review and see what actually fits in the medium-sized Marc Jacobs tote bag. If you'd like to see what my initial thoughts are on the Marc Jacobs tote bag, let's get into it. So I got this from The Iconic, and if you're not from Australia or New Zealand, The Iconic is like one of the biggest fashion websites to shop from, and I brought it from The Iconic just because it had quick shipping, and they actually had a deal where if you spent over $100 you got like a $25 voucher to use on The Iconic. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, and just for a bit of background as well, if you haven't seen my other handbag reviews, I recently did a review of a medium-sized Taufa shopping bag, which is what I was originally using as my work bag. And in that particular video, I did say I wasn't like a massive fan of the medium size, and even though it was a really good size work bag, I didn't want to keep it necessarily, so I ended up selling it on Depop. I got a really good price for it. Well, I basically wanted to sell that bag so that I could afford to get this bag, and so I think I sold the Taufa bag for $350, and so then the outlay to pay for this bag, which was $380, was only like $30. So I thought that was a really good deal, and I had been considering actually getting the large size tote bag, but I ended up thinking that was going to be too big for me. That was going to be $420, so I would have had to pay quite a bit more to cover the cost of the large bag, even with having sold the Taufa bag. So I'm hoping this small size bag fits either one of my laptops, especially my work laptop, because this is what I'll be using as a work bag going forward. So let's open it up. So just got these like vouchers and things from The Iconic, and then it comes in this plastic bag, which is a little overwhelming given that you know, like it is $350, and I'm not saying that that is, you know, it's obviously not a luxury bag per se, but I don't know, it is not your everyday kind of purchase, so I kind of would have expected a slightly premium experience. That being said, I have so many dust bags, from not just from handbags, but I feel like every purchase you make these days comes with some sort of tote bag or dust bag, and I have too many of them now. And they're really good for, you know, packing stuff when you're going traveling or grocery shopping and things like that, but it's just too many now. There's just too many. So I'm actually kind of glad, but at the same time it would have been nice to have, I don't know, some sort of nicer experience when unboxing this, just because, I don't know, you just want to, even though, I mean, you're spending a few $100s, you want the experience to be at least pleasant, but it's sort of wrapped in tissue paper. It feels really quite luxurious in a sense that it is made from canvas, but it's just like quite heavy. Like it feels like it's really good quality. Okay, where should I start? Okay, so let's cut off this handle paper. So on the front here we have The Iconic, the tote bag, Marc Jacobs branding, and I think like you could buy any old tote bag really, but I think what you're paying for is obviously the brand, and I think, you know, Marc Jacobs is really having that renaissance perhaps, so I think that's really cool. Yeah, it definitely feels like, I was expecting it to be much flimsier, but I think like it's quite a heavy canvas, which I'm really impressed with. And then on the back you just have this patch here that says the Marc Jacobs style tote bag, location NYC, year 1984. And then on the inside we have this zipper, and again this is a very, like, I would say quite a heavy duty zipper. And then we open it up. It's got like a waxed canvas lining, and then in here it has like an organizer, which I think is super handy because you can put your phone in there. Got your kind of authenticity card, I'm guessing. Yeah, you can put your phone in there comfortably, I would say. Maybe like a pen, maybe some lip balm or a lipstick or something like that. And then we have the strap. So it looks pretty roomy. I'm really hoping that it will fit my work laptop bag, at least diagonally, even if it doesn't zip up, but we'll test that in a second. So I'm really impressed because I feel like it just feels very high quality. It feels like heavy. I don't know why I was expecting it to be like one of those canvas, like a canvas shopping bag, like a tote bag. But yeah, I'm really impressed, and I can see why it costs like what it costs. Again, just the way that this is wrapped even just does not feel very premium or luxe at all. But we have to remember this isn't, you know, like a luxury bag. And then we clip this on the inside. So I'll test the length later, but for now let's see what fits inside it. So let's start with my personal laptop, which is a MacBook Air. It's a 13-inch MacBook Air. That fits pretty comfortably, and I'll be able to zip it up. And then we have the charger for the MacBook Air. Okay. Then usually I would include my journal. I've got my Kindle. And then I've got like my little Hydro Flask drink bottle. I've got my little purse, so in here I usually have like my mask, I've got my wallet, lip balm, I've got like a little shopping bag, and this is what I would use like on a day-to-day basis to keep all my essentials, so I think that's quite important to be able to put in here. And then I've got my phone. It's pretty heavy, just because the drink bottle is quite heavy, and then you've got the laptop and the charger. Let's set this up. It's perfect. It's such a good size. I can definitely see myself traveling with this. In terms of like if I was going interstate or something, I would have this as like my carry-on, just because I really like that it's very structured. It'll be great to be able to travel with this and have, like, I like to be able to see everything at a quick glance, just because when you're traveling, I hate just like having to rifle through like all my stuff to get to, you know, my wallet or my journal, whatever it is. So I really love this, and I love that it's like the perfect size. I'm really glad that I got this size and not the size up, the large one, because that would have been way too big. And actually, yeah, too big and not as convenient as this one. And I feel like everything would actually be like swimming in that large bag, and it would actually be a hindrance to be able to find like what you're after, whereas this is like the perfect snug fit. I guess like I would very rarely take my personal laptop you know, anywhere besides home, so unless I was traveling, so, and that's not that often, so I don't think that is like that an important of a fit, I suppose. I think the real test is going to be if I can fit my work laptop in here, because I guess that is how I would use this bag the most. That being said, I hardly go into the office, but I guess I just want to get the most out of this bag, which would be if I was to use it as a work bag. So let's see how we go. Okay, it fits. Okay, so whereas the MacBook Air could like sit comfortably against this back panel on the inside, this laptop is like kind of big, a lot bigger, so it doesn't sit flush against the back panel. I'll still be able to zip it, but see how it like bulges out slightly at the side? That's not a deal breaker for me, I guess, and I can do it like diagonally across like this. Or does that? No, I think that's gonna be weird. Let's just try and put it against the back panel-ish. And then I've got my charger for this laptop. And then on a typical work day, I would usually include my little pencil case, which has like just like highlighters and pens and the dongles and stuff that I need for use in the office. I'll put that there, and then let's just say I don't need to read on a work day, so we'll put the Kindle in, put my journal in, my essentials little purse thingy, and then my phone, and then drink bottle. Okay, it's getting a bit tight now. Ooh. Don't think this is going to fit unless it was just sort of in the top there, so that's not going to be so good. But I think once this back panel has sort of softened here, like where it was folded when it came shipped, that will sort of soften and straighten out a little bit more. That will be just way nicer. So in terms of if I can zip it up, I can still zip it up, but it just looks like from the top it's a bit off and doesn't sit as comfortably. But like I'm just going into the office, you know, so it's not too bad, and I can still use that strap.
Blow me out like a broken fire. Oh, working up some night. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know ya. Broken fire. Oh, working up some night. No, we ain't gotta know your name. No, we ain't gotta know ya. I don't feel the best that a week inside. Oh, working when we don't play. Couldn't anybody reach you?
So yeah, I really like it. I think it's the perfect size. Like it's obviously not absolutely perfect for my work laptop, which is a little bit bigger. But I think it's the perfect size in the sense that it's just right. Whereas I think if I'd gone the large one, yes, the straps here would have been larger so you can put it over your shoulder. But I think it would have been too large. Whereas I think this is just right, and it's going to be easy to travel with. Easy to go to work with, not too heavy, so I think as soon as you get like a bigger bag you're tempted to put more stuff in, which is going to be adding to the weight a lot, and just like as I mentioned before when I had my personal laptop in there, I think it fits everything perfectly, so you'll be able to easily find and grab like what you need out of it, which I really like. So as you can see there, a very snug fit and not absolutely perfect when I include my work laptop, but I think it's really good, and I think, yeah, really happy with this purchase, and I am so stoked that it actually fits really well, and it's not like over the top. Like, I think the large one would have been, yeah, just way too big, and the smaller size I think is more like a sort of daily kind of bag, like a day-to-day bag that you'd take shopping and things. This is more like appropriate to going to work, and then in the summer I can imagine you know, taking this to the beach, for example, putting my towel and my drink bottle, things like that in it. So yeah, I think it's very versatile. I really love this size, and yeah, I can't wait to use it. I can't wait to travel with it, and I can't wait to go to work with it. And yeah, so that is my final thoughts on this. Really happy. I'm really glad that I sold my Talfa shopping bag. Actually, I kept the small one because I love the mini one. Just the medium size, I just did not like the color. I didn't love the look and feel of it, whereas I think I'm going to use this a lot more. Like, I'm going to gravitate and reach for this bag a lot more, and yeah, I just think it's perfect. I really love it. So I'm really glad that I sold the Talfa, the medium size, so that I could fund this particular bag. And yeah, I guess I'll do like a 6-month or 12-month review after it to see how I feel about it. And I think in terms of value, I think I mean, there are more expensive versions of this, like different colorways cost extra. I really like the cream colored one, and the cream colored one with like the black kind of piping around the edge. I really like that, but that was a lot more expensive. The cream color one, or I think it's called TOTE. I really like that color. I love neutral colors and neutral tones and things, but I just imagine, like, if you were to take this traveling or take this to work, it would get so dirty, like really easily, and I would hate that. So this was my second choice in terms of color, the black one, but I'm really glad that I chose this because I feel like it's a lot more versatile, and I'm not going to be stressing the whole time about it getting dirty. And yeah, in terms of value for money, I guess at the end of the day, you're paying for the Marc Jacobs name. That being said, the quality is really great. Yeah, really impressed with that, and I can imagine this will last, you know, a very long time. In terms of it being a classic or a trend, I mean, I'm pretty late to the game. I know these tote bags have been popular for like a year or two, so I'm only getting mine now. So in that sense, I think, you know, I think it's more trendy, but I think just the Marc Jacobs typeface is always really classic. And even if, you know, in a year or two when these aren't as popular anymore, aren't as trendy, like, you're not going to stop using something like this because it's so like classic, like the shape and the font and everything is so classic. And even if you don't use it as a work bag, you know, you could use it as like a shopping tote, or, you know what I mean? So I think, you know, I think it's a good price range for what you get. And yeah, so that's my final thoughts. I'm really glad that I got it. If you found this video useful at all, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I've got a few handbag reviews as well as productivity vlogs and all that good stuff. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.